The ending of the Beatles plays out like a musical Greek tragedy. After the Fab Four started to slowly grow apart, they each began to resent their place in the band, leading to one of the most high-profile breakups in the history of rock music. While it might feel like common knowledge that these guys were at each other's throats most of the time, they never truly stopped creating. Even as tensions rose, ideas continued to flow, and fragments of what would later become their solo work were already taking shape in the final days of the band. When assembling footage for The Beatles Get Back, Peter Jackson captured some of the most intimate and revealing moments between the band members, including George Harrison's frustration about his role in the group. While his famous declaration about leaving the band doesn't fully play out on camera, the tension is unmistakable. Harrison's brief departure leaves the remaining trio scrambling to rediscover their chemistry, resulting in loose, emotionally charged jams where creativity and conflict coexist. The atmosphere during those rehearsals was already strained to a breaking point. The Beatles were attempting something ambitious, writing, arranging, and rehearsing an entire set of new material in real time while being filmed. Every silence felt heavier, every disagreement more significant. Business disputes lingered in the background, particularly regarding management after the death of Brian Epstein, and the looming pressure of a potential live performance added urgency to every session. In that fragile environment, even a passing comment or a half-formed idea could spark either brilliance or frustration. As opposed to John Lennon and Paul McCartney growing apart as a songwriting unit, Harrison was rapidly evolving into a formidable songwriter in his own right. He was quietly stockpiling songs that would later define his solo masterpiece, All Things Must Pass. Meanwhile, Lennon and McCartney were also sketching out ideas that pointed clearly towards their individual futures. Early in the sessions, Lennon revisits Child of Nature, a song that would later be transformed into Jealous Guy for his album Imagine. McCartney, on the other hand, experiments with melodies and lyrical ideas that would evolve into Another Day and Backseat of My Car. Midway through the sessions, while the band works on tracks like I've Got a Feeling and Dig a Pony, Lennon begins shaping another composition built around long, flowing verses and a biting tone. The song is still in its infancy, but its structure is already forming. During one of these loose rehearsals, McCartney casually contributes lyrical suggestions, including the phrase short-haired, yellow-bellied, offering a rhythmic and tonal direction for the verse. It's a fleeting moment, almost insignificant at the time, yet it becomes a crucial piece of the song's evolution. In the documentary, the band ultimately leaves the track unfinished, choosing instead to focus on material that would make it onto the Let It Be project. But Lennon doesn't abandon the idea. As the political climate in the United States becomes increasingly turbulent at the dawn of the 1970s, he revisits the song with renewed purpose. The vague, improvised lyrics are replaced with sharper, more direct commentary, and the track transforms into Gimme Some Truth.
All I want is the truth. Just give me some truth now.
What makes those early fragments so compelling is how clearly the foundation of the final song is already present. Even in its rough, unpolished state, Lennon's vocal phrasing and melodic instincts carry the same urgency and edge that defined the completed version. By the time he records it for Imagine, the once loose and exploratory jam has solidified into a powerful political statement, reflecting his growing disillusionment with authority, media, and global conflict. During the documentary's production, Jackson expressed genuine surprise at discovering McCartney's involvement in shaping the song. Even more surprising was McCartney's own reaction. Initially, he had no recollection of contributing anything to it and quickly dismissed the idea. Only after seeing the footage did he acknowledge his role, albeit with a sense of amused disbelief. In hindsight, he seemed more than willing to accept credit for having a hand in what would become one of Lennon's standout solo tracks. These kinds of creative overlaps were not unusual for the Beatles. Even in their earliest years, their songs often carried the fingerprints of multiple members, regardless of official credit. McCartney might have been listed as the primary writer of And I Love Her, but it was Horison's distinctive guitar figure that gave the track its identity. Similarly, Lennon's Come Together might bear his name, yet McCartney's inventive bass line played a crucial role in defining its groove and atmosphere. By the end of their time together, the Beatles were undeniably moving in different artistic directions. Each member was eager to explore their own voice without compromise. Yet, moments like the creation of Gimme Some Truth serve as a reminder that their collaborative spirit never fully disappeared. Even in a fractured state, their instinct to contribute, refine, and elevate each other's ideas remained intact. In many ways, that lingering collaboration is part of what makes their final chapter so fascinating. Beneath the tension and eventual separation, there was still a shared musical language that bound them together. And in songs like Gimme Some Truth, you can hear echoes of that connection, a subtle but undeniable reminder that even as solo artists, they were never entirely separate from the band that shaped them.